What's good, R&B squad? This is Heart of Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you are new to this family, we don't believe that you're here by accident. Welcome. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is, of course, always happier. So I have a word, and it comes from something that the Lord spoke to me this morning, and also from some scriptures that He led me to. He led me to several different scriptures, actually, but they all have a running theme. And as per usual, as you listen, you'll know whether or not this is for you. If some things apply to you and some things don't, please eat the meat, spit out the bone, take what's for you, leave the rest. So I'm going to get right into what the Lord told me and also the scriptures. This morning, as I was waking up, I heard the word favor. I heard the word favor. And as the day progressed, the Lord led me to several different scriptures. So let me read the scriptures for you guys. The first one was Proverbs chapter 16, verse 15, and that reads, "In the light of the king's face is life, and his favor is like a cloud bringing the spring rain." Then I was led to Proverbs chapter 14, verse 35, which reads, "The king's favor is toward a wise servant, but his wrath is against him who causes shame." So for whom this is for, you have been a wise servant, and you have not brought shame to the name of the Lord. He also led me to Nehemiah chapter 2, verses 4 to 6, and that reads, "Then the king said to me, 'What do you request?' So I prayed to God of heaven, to the God of heaven, and I said to the king, 'If it pleases the king, and if your servant has found favor in your sight, I ask that you send me to Judah, to the city of my father's tombs, that I may rebuild it.' Then the king said to me, the queen also sitting beside him, 'How long will your journey be? And when will you return?' So it pleased the king to send me, and I set him a time." Some of you are going to find favor with people in positions of authority. Okay? Then the Lord led me to Isaiah 55, verse 13. "Cypress trees will grow where now there are briars. Myrtle trees will come up in place of thorns. This will be a sign that will last forever, a reminder of what I, the Lord, have done." So think of cypress trees and myrtle trees. Both signs of prosperity, both signs of growth, positive growth, coming up in place of thorns and briars. What does that look like in your life? How does that translate to you if this word is for you? Things that have been stagnant in your life, things that have not been growing, are about to grow. So where there was stagnancy before, you're about to see some growth. Then the Lord led me to Esther chapter 2, verse 17, and that was the final scripture that he took me to. "The king loved Esther more than all the other women, and she obtained grace and favor in his sight more than all the virgins. So he set the royal crown upon her head and made her queen instead of Vashti." So the running theme here, guys, for all of those scriptures is the Lord's favor. And see, when you have the Lord's favor, when God favors you, you automatically have the favor of everybody else that you come into contact with. And I need y'all to understand this. Even the people who initially wanted to oppose you, even the people who initially wanted to put stumbling blocks in your path, they're going to end up blessing you. Their actions are going to end up blessing you because the favor of God is chasing you down. See, if this is for you, you had a season where nothing was going well. You had a season where you wondered what is going on season. That's the season that you just came out of. Nothing seemed to be going well. Nothing seemed to be moving along. And now the Lord is saying to you, you are moving into a season where his favor is going to follow you everywhere. So you no longer have to seek his favor. You no longer have to seek approval from the things and the people around you. You already have God's favor. So if you put in an application somewhere and you're expecting to hear a no, you're expecting to get your application rejected, be expectant for it not to go that way. Be expectant for it not to happen that way. You're going to hear approved, regardless of what it is you applied for. As long as it is within the will of God, there is no reason that these people can reject you. There's no reason that those who have the authority to approve your application will reject you, because the favor of God has already gone before you and made the way. Again, as I mentioned before, some of you are going to find favor with people in positions of authority, people who can move things along in your life. Some of you are going to find favor with your new endeavors, whether that looks like you moving to a new place, you applying for a new job, a new position at the job you currently work at, or just simply going into business, starting your own business. Whatever you put your hand to in this season, just know that God's favor is going to be dripping from it and from you, and it's going to be visible. Other people are going to be able to see it. See, there's something that you did differently this time around. There is something that you did differently that caused the Lord to look at you and say, yes, this is a good servant. This is a servant that did not bring shame to me. You decided to obey the Lord in such a way this time around that it turned things around for you. See, the blessing truly is on the other side of the obedience. Y'all hear that a lot, but you need to understand how true that is. God was waiting on your yes. He was waiting for you to be obedient either in one area or in more than one area. And now that you finally said yes in that area or in those areas, now his favor is chasing you down. You can't escape it even if you wanted to. Goodness and mercy is truly following you for the rest of your life now. Psalm 23. And for some of you, that also looks like favor with your God-ordained spouse, because he did lead me to Esther chapter 2, verse 17. So for some of you, maybe things haven't been going so well with the person that God told you you're going to marry. Maybe you've never met this person yet. Regardless of what your situation looks like, just know that because God's favor is chasing you, you are going to find favor in your person's eyes as well. It doesn't matter if the two of you couldn't see eye to eye before. It doesn't matter if people lied to them about you and now they have an opinion of you that they shouldn't have. Because the Lord's favor is dripping from you, everyone, just like Esther, cannot help but respond to the favor of God that is upon you. That's what the king was responding to with Esther. He thought it was just her beauty. No, that was the favor of God, because there were other beautiful women up in there. It was the favor of God that made Esther stand out. And that is what is going to make you stand out in every situation, the favor of God. So I hope that this message blessed someone. I love you guys. I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care.